Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Welcome to the temple. We begin our service singing Ma Yafeh Hayom Shabbat Shalom. How beautiful is the day, it is Shabbat. Over the candles and the fruit of the wine. I would like to invite Lucy Adams and her family to lead us with the blessing over the candles and the fruit of the vine.
As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we, in our own day, be among those who kindle light.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kinshana b'mitzvotav v'zivranu lahadlik shniyot shel Shabbat.
Blessed are you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to kindle the light of Shabbat.
Please turn to page 5. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei pri hagavim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzah banu. B'Shabbat kodsho b'ahava u'ratzon hinhil lanu zikaron l'maaseh bereshit. Ki hu yom tehillah L'mikra'e Kodesh Zacher Litziat Mitzrayim Ki Banu Baharta Otanu Kidashta Bikol Hamim B'Shabbat Kodecha Ahava U'Ratzon Hinhiltanu Baruch atah Adonai Mekadesh HaShabbat.
Baruch atah Adonai
excited for tomorrow morning when you will be called up to the Torah and lead us in an entire service for your bar mitzvah. Please be seated. And thank you for tomorrow and for today. And Mazal Tov, Mazal Tov. We turn now to page 20 as we welcome the Sabbath bride singing Lecha Dodi. Page 28 for the Berlow. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, ruler of the universe, who speaks the evening into being, skillfully opens the gates, forcefully alters the time and changes the seasons, and arranges the stars in their heavenly courses according to plan. You are creator of day and night, rolling light away from darkness and darkness from light, transforming day into night and distinguishing one from the other. Adonai Tzvaot is your name. Ever-living God, may you reign continually over us into eternity. Blessed are you, Adonai, who brings on evening. Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'ma'ariv Aravim. And we turn to page 34 for the calling of the Shema. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם, בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובישריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם. Together the same song our ancestors sang as they were crossing the Sea of Reeds, Mi Chamocha. Give us a place to rest, Adonai our God. Bring us into shelter in the soft, long evening shadows of your truth, for with you are true protection and safety, and in your presence are acceptance and gentle love. Watch over us as we go forth. Prepare for us as we return. Spread over us your shelter of peace, over all we love, over our Jerusalem and yours. Baruch Ata Adonai, הפורס סוכת שלום, עלינו ועל כל עמו ישראל ועל ירושלים.
Yes,
6. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו ואלוהי אבותינו ואמותינו, אלוהי אברהם, אלוהי יצחק ואלוהי יעקב, אלוהי שרה, אלוהי רבקה, אלוהי רחל ואלוהי לאה, האל הגדול, הגיבור והנורא, אל עליון, גומל חסדים טובים וקונה הכל, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה. מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם ועזרת שרה. Blessed are you, Adonai our God, God of our fathers and mothers, God of Abraham, God of Isaac, and God of Jacob, God of Sarah, God of Rebekah, God of Rachel, and God of Leah, the great, mighty, and awesome God, transcendent God, who bestows loving kindness, creates everything out of love, remembers the love of our fathers and mothers, and brings redemption to their children's children for the sake of the divine name. Sovereign deliverer, helper and shield, blessed are you, Adonai, Sarah's helper, Abraham's shield, Baruch ata Adonai, Magen Avraham ve'ezrat Sarah. You are forever mighty, Adonai. You give life to all. You cause the wind to shift and rain to fall. You sustain life through love, giving life to all. Through great compassion, supporting the fallen, healing the sick, freeing the captive, keeping faith with those who sleep in the dust. Who is like you, source of mighty acts? Who resembles you, a sovereign who takes and gives life, causing deliverance to spring up and faithfully giving life to all? Blessed are you, Adonai, who gives life to all. Baruch ata Adonai, mechaye hakol. You are holy, your name is holy, and those who are holy praise you every day. Blessed are you, Adonai, the holy God. Baruch ata Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh. Please be seated as we turn to page 61 for the blessing for Shalom. Grant us peace, your most precious gift, O eternal source of peace, and give us the will to proclaim its message to all the peoples of the earth. Bless our country as a safeguard of peace, its advocate among the nations. May contentment reign within our borders, health and happiness within our homes. Strengthen the bonds of friendship and fellowship among all the inhabitants of every land. Plant virtue in every soul, and may the love of your name hallow every home and every heart. Praised are you, Eternal One, who blesses our people with peace. Baruch ata Adonai, hamvarech et amo Yisrael, bashalom. all need healing and comfort and strength in our lives, in the life of everyone that is dear to us. The Misha Berach, the prayer for courage and healing and strength, is on page 253. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. We have a really exciting Torah portion this Shabbat. It tells the story of one of the most dramatic events that happened to the people of Israel since we left Egypt. Actually, a few dramatic events that have to do with Moses being on top of Mount Sinai, not only once but twice, one-on-one with God for 40 days and 40 nights. So the first time that Moses goes up to the mountain and spends 40 days and 40 nights with God one-on-one, God is giving Moses the covenant, and we learn later that it's not only the 10 statements, what we call the 10 commandments, that are part of the covenant. God is actually telling a lot of mitzvot. Some traditions even claim the entire Torah, the entire 5 books of Moses, but there is a lot that is going on there for 40 days and 40 nights. And in the middle of the giving of the Torah to Moses, God stops and says to Moses, kind of in a humiliating way, after all that intimacy that was between the two of them, go down. Your people have gone astray. The rabbis are going to say, go down of your greatness, because I have no need for you if you cannot control your people, if the people are going astray. And then Moses learns that when he was there up on the mountain with God, in the highest moment of spirituality, the people of Israel lost their patience. They thought that they were abandoned without Moses and without God, so they started worshiping a golden calf. He goes down with the 2 tablets that we read are made by God and God only, and God actually wrote the tablets, wrote the 10 statements that we call the 10 commandments. God wrote it in God's hand in fire. So he goes down, he sees the people worshiping and dancing and maybe even doing all kind of inappropriate things, not only worshiping an idol, the golden calf, and he smashes the 2 tablets made by God. And then there's a whole drama there, but after that he goes up again to the mountain and he gets 2 other tablets, but they're different. The words are the same, but this time the tablets are made by Moses, who carves them and writes the 10 statements that God tells him to write down. So this time it's a different kind of 2 tablets of covenant. It's not made by God and God alone, but it's made by Moses with the inspiration of God's words. And the rabbis are telling in a beautiful midrash that Moses was really distressed that he smashed the 2 tablets that God, the Almighty God, made by God's own hands. So God says to him, to Moses, don't be distressed. The second pair is actually better than the first pair. The first pair was too much for the people to handle, but the second pair is something that you can work with because it's actually a partnership of humanity and the divine, of human beings and the divine. And it actually gives you the license to add to it, to bring human interpretation, to bring commentary, to bring stories. So this covenant will continue to live on and will always be relevant to the partnership, the ongoing partnership between God and human beings. So tomorrow morning, when Lucy is going to enter this covenant, you're going to own the Torah, Lucy, just like each one of us owns the Torah. And the rabbis are saying about that story that the teaching, the message that comes from it is that every person of Israel has to write their own Torah, just like Moses wrote his own covenant, even though it was the words of God. So you need to be with your inspiration, and each one of us needs to be with our inspiration, writing our own Torah. Shabbat Shalom. The anthem tonight is Elohai, my God. Turn to page 283 for the Aleinu. Please join me as we read together in the middle of page 283. Let us adore the ever-living God and render praise unto you, who spreads out the heavens and established the earth, whose glory is revealed in the heavens above, and whose greatness is manifest throughout the world. You are our God, there is none else. We continue together on the top of page 287. May begin wisdom in our lives, overflowing like a river with understanding. Loved each of us for the peace we bring to others. May our deeds exceed our speech. May we never lift up our hand, but to conquer fear and doubt and despair. Rise up like the sun, O God, over all humanity. Cause light to go forth over all the lands between the seas, and light up the universe with the joy of wholeness, of freedom, and of peace. Our thoughts turn to those who have departed this earth, our own loved ones, those whom our friends and neighbors have lost, the martyrs of our people, whose graves are unmarked, and those of every race and nation, whose lives have been a blessing to humanity. As we remember them, we meditate on the meaning of love and loss, of life and death. On this Shabbat, we remember especially Joshua Fink, Raymond Allen Sr., David Boss, Philip Cochran, Elma Hirsch, Israel Rosenberg, Ruth Shapiro, Deborah M. Herman, Herbert Levin, Terry Lasson, Ben Lukovsky, Sol Rosen, Minx Auerbach, David S. Davis, Florence Schenkin, Harry Ziegert, Estelle Chapman, Sophie Friedman, Doris McGray, Gloria Simon, Dr. Herbert S. Waller, Francis Wolfson, Yetta Bass, Dorothy Geller, Louis Glogauer Sr., Rabbi Joseph Rao, Ben Shapiro, Warren Sparks, Gittel Zaller, Glika Bear Bloom, Ann Friedman, Ann Leslie Hess, Howard Jacobs, Shoshana Katz, Toby Levy, Blanche Planck, Raphael Sims, Rhea Silverstone, Florence Shorin. We think of our loved ones whom death has recently taken from us, those who died at this season in years past, and those whom we have drawn into our hearts with our own. With the blessed memories of our loved ones in our hearts, we rise as we turn to page 294 to say the mourner's Kaddish. יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, ועל מה דברה חירותי וימליך מלכותי, בחייכון וביומכון ובחיי דכל בית ישראל, בעגלה ובזמן קריב ואמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מברך לעלם ולעולמי עלמיה, יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא, ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי דקודשה בריחו, לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, דאמירן בעלמה ואמרו אמן. יהי שלמה רבה מן שמיה, וחיים עלינו ועד כל ישראל ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן. זיכרונם לברכה, may the memory of our loved ones come to be a blessing and a benediction to us all. Amen. Our closing song is Od Yavo Shalom. Do you know the page?
353.
353? Page 353.
Shalom Aleinu,
רצון מלפניך, אדוני אלוהינו ואלוהי אמותינו, שתוליכנו לשלום. May it be your will, Adonai our God and God of our ancestors, that we be guided on the paths of shalom, of wellness and peace and well-being and wholeness, that you always protect us from all harm and evil on our way. Bless the work of our hands and grant us grace, loving kindness and compassion in your eyes and in the eyes of everyone who sees us. Adonai Shalom, bless us all with the Shabbat of Shalom. Please say Shabbat Shalom to someone you never met before. And there are baked goods that were baked by the women of Reform Judaism, so you can take one or two or free and enjoy the Oneg Shabbat. Shabbat Shalom, everyone.